indoor bar service and indoor dining service will be closed.
Those are just some of the new restrictions coming to Will and Kankakee counties just north of our regions. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Governor Pritzker's regional plan means central Illinois businesses will be spared in this round of restrictions. But a tighter statewide mask rule is taking effect tomorrow. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Springfield tonight. So Mark, state lawmakers just approved a rule this month that would fine businesses if they don't enforce the mask mandate.
Jennifer, that's right. That news just 2 weeks ago, and now today, the new development, Governor Pritzker asking businesses to tighten that mask rule. It used to be that when you walked into a restaurant or were walking through the restaurant, that's when you had to wear a mask. But now, the state is asking businesses to enforce a tighter version where you have to put your mask back on, covering your nose and your mouth anytime wait staff comes up to your table, anytime you go through a drive-through or you approach a food service delivery worker, perhaps picking up food curbside at the road. So now the state is rolling out these new rules in an effort to limit the exposure to those workers. The governor also going out of his way to explain the science behind the mask today, laying out exactly what they're trying to do by containing the spread of germs indoors.
Trying to, again, keep the aerosolization and, very importantly, the viral load in a room down, right? Because this isn't just a one-time thing where there's some, something that comes out of your mouth and it lands on the ground. This stuff can linger in the air, and the more people you have in a room, and particularly if they're eating and drinking, where you're, again, adding to this the amount of saliva that's in their mouth, you're adding to the viral load in an area. So that's why we're putting these other mitigations in place.
In other words, the more you sneeze, the more you spray, or the more you exhale, the more someone else might inhale. So that mask helps to reduce that risk. And even if someone does take it in, they might get less sick if they do get infected. So you might see signs like some of these showing up at restaurants as soon as tomorrow. That's when staff will ask you to wear that mask as staff approaches you. Also, keep in mind, a new state law just recently passed adds tougher penalties for anyone who assaults or harasses a retail or restaurant worker, specifically around these coronavirus restrictions. So that's now criminal conduct if someone tries to assault or harass workers. Also, some industry workers I've spoken to today fear that very encounter may be more likely now that more customers are coming into these situations where wait staff might have to approach them and say, please put your mask on. So we've heard some of that. The governor's office still has not yet clarified, is this a revised executive order? Do they intend to fine businesses if they're caught not enforcing this? Right now, we just see that messaging from the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. We're not seeing the same tweaks to the executive order, so it's still hazy right now exactly how the state plans to enforce this new mask rule. Jennifer?
Yeah, it always comes down to enforcement of it. All right, Mark, thank you so much.